Today, Honourable Presiding Member, with regards to the heads that are being debated under this committee stage, I wish to specifically talk about the Human Rights Commission. Now, I say this, Honourable Presiding Member, because at the last budget, too, I intervened and I made the point that the Human Rights Commission's credibility since the last general election has been at its lowest. And last year, we particularly took offense and objection to the previous chairman of the commission visiting the north, particularly Jaffna, meeting with members of the families of the disappeared and various other sections of civil society there, and then coming out with a statement that is supposed to have been representative of the discussions that the commission had had in the north, and recommended a Truth and Reconciliation Commission. And that was the complete opposite. The statement also spoke in terms of people being willing to not pursue criminal justice as part of accountability and transitional justice. Now, those observations were complete misrepresentation to what, in fact, the people had told the commission when the commission came and visited the north. Now, this year, Honourable Presiding Member, the commission unfortunately is doing no better. You know that for us, particularly the Northeast Tamil people, who constantly have to protest against the government, against the military, against the oppression that we face on a daily basis, the military and the police form part of that oppressive structure. So more often than not, Honourable Presiding Member, it is those who we expect justice from, those who we expect to hold up the rule of law, in fact, are in breach of it when it comes to the Tamil people. And under those circumstances, we are desperate because we don't know who to go to. And we invariably have to choose the Human Rights Commission, because we are hoping, out of hope, that that commission will act independently. So it is because of that expectation, under structures that exist within the country, that at least this Human Rights Commission might have some sort of semblance of impartiality and credibility, independence, that we also expressed our disappointment with regards to their visit last year and coming out with that statement. Now, this year, Honourable Presiding Member, we, in particular our party, the Honourable Selvaraja Gajendran, who's seated here next to me, was taking part in a protest in Taiyatti against an illegal vihare that has been built there on private land. And when he was protesting, the police came and surrounded him. They didn't arrest him, but they sieged. He was under siege, like what's happening in Gaza. And he's a diabetic. So when food was brought so that he can maintain his sugar levels, the police arrested the person. Tiban Tilishan, the police arrested the person who is our organizer for the Jaffna district, arrested him. Then the lawyer, Mr. Kanagaratnam Sugash, came to the site, introduced himself as the lawyer, and wanted to speak to the Honourable Selvaraja Gajendran to find out what the situation was. He too was arrested, despite the fact that he identified himself as a lawyer. Several others, members of the public who tried to intervene, were arrested as well. In total, over 8 persons were arrested. Now, we subsequently went and made complaints to the Human Rights Commission with regards to this incident. Whilst this incident was going on and illegal arrest was taking place, we had made complaints, and the person in charge of the Human Rights Commission in Jaffna visited the vicinity. When he was visiting and taking notes, he was threatened. He was filmed. When he objected, thereafter, he was almost manhandled. He left the vicinity. He left the vicinity. Subsequently, the police have complained to the Human Rights Commission, and the file that was being investigated with regards to that incident by the Commission has now been transferred to Colombo, and nothing has happened. Nothing has happened. There are several others with regards to my own illegal arrest in Maranangani. I made a complaint to the Human Rights Commission. Again, nothing has happened. There are several other incidents such as this. These are incidents, Honorable Presiding Member, of high-profile incidents. High-profile incidents that were covered nationally on TV, that was reported widely in the papers. And if members of parliament, if political party members, if very publicly known civil society activists can be treated in this way, simply because the police complained about some individual, completely false complaint about an individual working in the commission, and if files are being taken away and not being investigated and nothing comes of it, then one has to ask them, what's the purpose of this commission? Where is the independence of the commission? So as far as we are concerned, Honorable Presiding Member, Sri Lanka already is being laughed upon. You have report after report coming out in the UN Human Rights Commission that basically says, Human Rights Council, that says that Sri Lanka's judicial structure is so badly corrupted because of the ethnic conflict that it is not able to carry out an independent investigation on any matter that has to do with the ethnic conflict. So under those circumstances, at the very least, if the Human Rights Commission cannot be allowed or is not allowed to act in an independent way, then it becomes imperative that every right-thinking member who called for an international investigation, who called for a ceasefire when it came to Gaza, who said that there was a genocide taking place in Gaza, must look at what happened in Sri Lanka and what is happening even now, and understand that the aggrieved party like the Tamil people cannot expect justice from within. And if that is the case, then at least till such time this public trust is reposed in the institutions of this country, if justice is to prevail, then we are forced to look outside. And that, in fact, is what we are doing, Honorable Presiding Member. And I expect that all right-thinking members of this House understand the gravity that we are faced with. And if we are to at some point come out of this conflict and seriously try and approach some form of reconciliation, then if members both opposite and on this side belonging to the Sinhala community don't realize the path that they are choosing and the sort of political culture that they are at the moment adhering to, will never lead to solutions. Thank you, sir.